Hi everyone, welcome. This is Lisa Espinosa, spiritual career coach, award-winning author, and host of the Soul Studio for Your Career podcast. I'm so excited to be here with you. First Facebook Live of 2020. Those of you who have joined me before, welcome back. And if this is your first time connecting with me, I'm so thrilled and honored that you are here. So before I begin today's teaching and lead the meditation, I'm just going to do a little opening invocation. So wherever you are, if you can take some nice cleansing breaths, if you can close your eyes, go ahead. If not, just listen to my words. And feeling the earth underneath you, we just call on everybody's soul to be here present. I invoke a beautiful healing golden light of protection and grace and miracles around everyone who is listening to this transmission live or will listen to the recording later on. And that this space be filled with blessings of miracles, abundance, healing, grace, and love to empower your career, for you to share your soul's gifts in your career in a way that will bless you and bring blessings to others. And so it is. All right. So today is our first Facebook Live. We are in the first full week of January. 2020 is all about strengthening your foundation. So whatever, and as a spiritual career coach, my focus is career, right? It's helping you to evolve your career from the inside out. It's helping you to share your soul's gifts through your career, helping you to be blessed as you bless others, right? So we're releasing the old paradigm of, in order to help the world, you have to sacrifice and be a martyr and not take care of yourself, right? So I've talked about that a lot before, and we'll talk about it again in 2020. So whatever seeds you have planted in 2019, 2018, 2017 in your career, 2020 is about really grounding and solidifying that foundation. And wherever you are in your career, whatever career you have, whether you are in a career right now in this moment that you love, that you know is exactly what you're meant to be doing, or whether you're in a career that you know you're going to be transitioning from, you're there now. So wherever you are now, it's about sharing your soul's gifts. So strengthening your foundation. It's also about having 2020 vision, right? Such clarity. Hello, Miriam. Good to see you. So having such clarity of your vision, such clarity of what it is you want to create this year in your career, having clarity of who it is you want to be in your career. And of course, when I say that, I mean having as much, being as authentic as possible, sharing as many of your soul's gifts as you allow to flow through you, because your soul is infinite and beautiful and wise and has so much healing to bring to the world. And when I use the word healing, please understand, I don't mean you have to necessarily be a healer. I have a lot of clients who are in the wellness profession, but not all of them. Whatever you are doing, you're in marketing or whatever field, your soul is bringing innovative ideas that are meant to uplift the world. So again, with 2020, we're having that 2020 vision of clarity, right? No more wavering of, well, am I ready? Am I not? No, this is like, I'm ready. I'm going to follow my soul's guidance and take that step by step. One of my teachers, Kyra, she talks about 2020 being this mantra of, I'm in the right place at the right time, always. I'm always at the right place at the right time. I'm always in the right place at the right time. So if you want to use that mantra throughout the year, it's so powerful, right? I'm always in the right place at the right time. That is a divine feminine quality, this quality of magnetism, of knowing that you are in the right place at the right time, always. Even if your ego mind is like judging the situation, if you keep that mantra going, you will know that you are always led to the right place. The next thing with 2020 is that it's a leap year, yay. So of course, this is the year to take quantum leaps in your career, really in your whole life, but I'm specifically talking about your career. That is so exciting, right? Like quantum leaps. That means that your ego might say, if you have a goal, for example, I do an online coach, I lead an online coaching program, and in that coaching program, I invited my students to choose an impossible goal for themselves in 2020, right? In their career. Of course, we're calling it impossible because in this moment it feels impossible, but they're going to do all of the inner work necessary, that courageous inner work. Hey, Lorenza, to become the person that can achieve that goal. So that is a quantum leap. So what is your quantum leap for 2020? I'm going to be talking about this for so much in 2020, not just January, right? Because this is what I was saying before. Your ego might think, well, this is my goal, but realistically, it's going to take me this and this and this much time. When we enter the field of quantum leaps, our soul is so efficient. Our soul knows the shortest path to the destination. And when we are in a leap year, our soul, if we're aligned with our soul, if we say yes to our soul, if we have the courage to stay committed to our soul's guidance, we can create such growth and transformation in our career in a way that doesn't make logical sense. Hey Laura, good to see you. Happy 2020. So, I've talked about this before, and this year it feels like there's so much momentum with this quantum leaps. Now, whenever you enter a year with this energy, there's always the shadow side, right? There's always our different parts of us, right? Our ego that will come and want to kind of keep us back in the old and the safe way. And it's not to demonize the ego, it's just what it does, right? So that is why it's so important always, definitely this year, to have a commitment practice, a consistent daily practice where you are connecting with your soul's guidance. Whatever you call your soul, your higher self, your Holy Spirit, your true essence, that is like a non-negotiable. I mean, that's what we're talking about in 2020. And please understand that there's always time. If in this moment your life feels so busy that you think, okay, 5 minutes is what I can do, then do 5 minutes. But it's that consistency of day-to-day practice, of connecting with your soul's guidance, that is so essential. And one of the ways that I'm up-leveling my offerings in 2020 is to be more present in social media, in all of these channels that absolutely can be used by the ego to distract us and create chaos, but they can also be used by our soul to help us wake up, right? To help us stay aligned. So one of the things that my soul was really guiding me to do is not just these Facebook Lives, but up-leveling more of my weekly videos and weekly short offerings to help you, and anybody who's drawn to this, to, in my book, Answering Your Inner Calling, I talk about interrupter rituals, right? These moments throughout the day where you reconnect, where you intentionally pause, stop, and say, okay, so what is the next right step? What's the next right step for me to do? Like, that's the level of commitment that your soul is inviting you to have this year. And the reason those daily practices, and I didn't realize I was going to be talking about this that much in this Facebook Live, but it's really coming through, that it's so easy for our different parts of us to feel like they're making all this progress because we're super busy, and actually not be making that much progress to evolve our career or whatever area of your life you're focused on. So when I say that we're going to be taking quantum leaps in 2020, I don't mean so you have to hustle and be frazzled and just work and be so busy. That is not how our soul operates. And you can read some previous blogs and watch other Facebook Lives where I talk about the whole premise of slowing down to speed up. I'll talk about it again in 2020. So please understand that. That's not what I'm saying. However, the invitation is from our soul, and we have free will, so we can always say no. is every day, throughout the day, to have these moments where we reconnect. And literally they can be moments, a minute. So that's really coming through right now for you to check inside with yourself and see if you are willing to start that commitment, right? And what my meditation today, the meditation I'm going to lead you on, is going to be about choosing your word for 2020. And, or rather, the word choosing you, right? Kind of like Harry Potter, the wand chooses the wizard. That's what I always think about. I've written about this many times, and I actually didn't do much with the word of the year last year. And this year, my soul was just like really bringing it up. I didn't make this up. Many people are talking about it. I first read about it in a book called One Perfect Word, I think it is, by Debbie Macklumber. And it's gonna be, hey Michelle, the newsletter I'm sending out tomorrow is gonna talk about this. It's gonna be on my blog, on my website, so you can read more about it. But basically the idea of asking your soul to choose a word for you that becomes the word that is your focus, your anchor, your guiding light for 2020. And it's so interesting because I never get the word I think I want. This year, the word that chose me was committed. And I didn't want that word. I mean, it sounded boring and like a lot of work. I thought of words like abundance and grace and joy and love and even service, all of these words. And then, but the word that kept coming was committed. And I realized as I sat with the word and try to negotiate with my soul and be like, are you sure that's the word you want? Remembering my soul very nicely reminded me that I have all those other qualities already. And I don't mean like me because I'm special. We all do, right? Our soul is already beautiful and loving and graceful and wise and expansive and transformative. And so what my soul told me was committed, to have that word as my anchor, that I am committed. In a way, I feel like I have commitment. I don't feel like I've lived my life not committed. I feel like that's been an important quality in my life. But now my soul, it was like 2020, this requires this level of commitment, like up-leveling your commitment to my daily practice, to my connection with my soul, to staying bold in my offerings, to taking more risks, to sharing my medicine, even if it scares me. Like, that's the commitment. And I'm not saying committed is going to be your word, but I'm just sharing that as an example that a lot of times, if not all of the times, the word that your soul chooses for you might not be the one that you're thinking is the word, right? But you kind of trusting. So as I guide this inner journey, Lorenza's saying my word was very surprising. Yes, that's how it is. Because our soul has this vantage point that we don't. So as I lead you through this journey, just be open. And if you don't receive the word right now as I do this inner journey, that's perfectly fine. It will come. Ask your soul to send you signs. And if you already chose your word, that's wonderful too. Just kind of receive more guidance about that word. Maybe you receive also a mantra for the year, or a question for the year, or a prayer, an energy, some sort of blessing that's an anchor for the year. So, and Laura saying my word was surprising too. Absolutely. So we're gonna do our inner journey. Remember, this is recorded, so you can always come back to this and, forward the first part and just go to the inner journey part, because what I've learned in doing these journeys with myself and my clients is that our soul loves repetition. It's really not our soul, it's our parts that need the repetition. So that when you ask your soul a question, certain parts are ready to receive the answer at certain times. So today, some parts might be really relaxed and open and allow this receiving of the answer. But some might not. And if you do it later, or you do it tomorrow, or you keep practicing with the questions, you are going to get more and more clarity each time. One thing I'm remembering that I wanted to say is, if you still feel you have things from 2019 that you need to forgive, that and I did a video on forgiveness. I really talked about Course in Miracles and what I mean by forgiveness, right? I'm not, you know, that word is so loaded. So when I mean that, if there's something that you still feel you need to forgive from 2019, if there's anything you're still holding grievances with, anything you're still judging yourself for, particularly around your career, whether you feel you made mistakes, whether you feel you weren't as committed as you wanted to be, whether you feel there were some work environments that you felt dishonored by or were out of integrity, whatever it is, you know, it's all fine. Like if there are still things that you're holding on to, that your body is still holding on to, your parts are still holding on to, definitely take time in January to do a healing ritual, to do an inner journey to clear those. And if you haven't listened to my podcast episode 7, which is the one that was released last week, it's all, the whole podcast is like it's like an inner journey of asking your soul all these beautiful questions of, you know, there's like beautiful music in the background, and doing a review of 2019 through your soul's eyes. Not a judgmental one, not like, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, but a life review and a year review with your soul. And as you do that, allowing your soul, your Holy Spirit, your higher self to clear any thoughts, because really it's all around the thoughts, right, that are keeping you attached to some of those burdens. Because the reason to do that, there's so many reasons, but one of the main ones is when we don't take the time to do that work, we repeat it in 2020. It's like our soul's like, okay, we need that lesson again. And I don't know about you, but I'm like, I've taken a lot of time to do that, to just, and it's not like tedious work, but it is courageous, because some of our parts might just want to be like, okay, 2019 done, or decade done, let's move into the new. And although that might sound really exciting and wonderful, if you want to do that without carrying all this baggage, and then you're repeating the same lessons again, which we can, again, it's our free will. We can decide to repeat the same lessons all over again. But if you are listening and you're like, okay, I need to do a little more inner work around that, I recommend you watch the last video I did, and definitely listen to podcast episode 7. It's on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. If you go to my website, the podcast blog tab, you can see there all the links to that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our inner journey. Wherever you are, I just guide you to take some nice cleansing breaths and just settle into your body, settling into your hips, your pelvis, your knees, your ankles, your feet, connecting to the earth beneath you. And visualizing those beautiful roots of light going down your legs and out the bottoms of your feet, deep, deep into the earth. Noticing as your roots do that, that we are in a new year, a new cycle, 2020. And I invite all of our roots to connect with each other. Everyone who's here live, everyone who will ever listen to this transmission, whether it's tomorrow or next year. So we create this beautiful anchor of roots that will help everyone to release more and receive more. Now, as your roots are connected, know that you are still very much aligned with your own energy. You have these beautiful boundaries that feel so safe, so honoring of yourself. And then imagining you're breathing in through the bottoms of your feet, this beautiful energy of support and strength and abundance, vitality, renewal, rebirth. Moving up your legs, up to your hips, flowing up your back, your neck, all the way to the crown of your head. So you're feeling so present and almost like you're sitting on this beautiful throne made of earth energy. And I invite you to bring the palms of your hands over your heart center, And if it is safe for you to do so, to close your eyes. Closing your eyes, breathing into your beautiful heart space, the entryway to your soul. As you do this, feel the energy of 2020, the energy of the strengthening of your foundation, the energy of quantum leaps, the energy of 2020 clarity, 2020 vision, the energy of the Empress. Knowing that this year your soul is inviting you to share more, even more of your light. To risk being even more vulnerable, knowing that your vulnerability is your strength. And as we're standing here on this beginning of the year, see in front of you, invite in front of you this golden path that represents all of 2020. From now till December 31st, 2020. Visualize that beautiful golden path. You're standing there looking at this path. Your soul is next to you, looking at this beautiful path. And as you stand there, your soul moves in front of you now. And your soul can appear in any way. Maybe your soul looks just like you for this moment. Imagine you're standing there, your soul in front of you, looking into your soul's eyes. And your soul is looking at you with such joy and delight. Your soul is so proud of you. And your soul has this confidence that maybe surprises you, like she is so confident in you. And of course we know our soul is beyond gender, but for now, just seeing that, however your soul appears to you, your soul trusts you. And your soul knows how much you are capable of this year. So as you stand there, your soul transmits this beautiful healing light from your soul's eyes to your eyes. So see this beautiful light emanating from your soul's eyes to your physical eyes. Bring your awareness to your third eye point right at the center of your forehead. And now see your soul leaning in, your soul's forehead touching your forehead as your third eye gets empowered to have this 2020 vision, clarity that can see through any illusion, through any confusion, through any distraction. Receive that beautiful third eye attunement, alignment, refinement. And your soul steps back looking at you, smiling. And in this space you ask your soul, and ask even if you already have your word, just asking again, beautiful soul, what is my word for 2020? Show me, what is my word for 2020? What is my word for 2020? And if you haven't received your word yet, just see your soul whispering, coming to your ear, whispering the word in your ear. It's okay if you don't hear it yet. Just know that your soul is telling you your word. And if you already know your word, ask your soul, beautiful soul, show me more about this word. How can I live this word? What are some practices, simple practices you're guiding me to have every day to help me embody this word? What else do you want me to know about this word? And again, just receive your soul's beautiful empowerment. It's okay if you don't hear words yet. Know that your soul always answers you. Again, what is my word for 2020? What is my word for 2020? Specifically in my career, what is my word for 2020 in my career? How will this word help me share more of your gifts in the world? And in this moment, feel how much your soul has to offer the world. As the world goes through all of this heaviness and transition this year, notice how much love, how much medicine your soul has to share with the world. And how much your soul is helping you to be that channel of your soul's medicine in the world. And now having your soul hold your hand as both of you look at this golden path in front of you that represents 2020. Both of you sending love and light to this path. Seeing angels lining this path, seeing any ascended masters that you connect with, spiritual masters and guides that love you. Perhaps seeing crystals lining this path. Seeing all of these beautiful gifts lining this path. Small gifts, large gifts. You might not know what they are yet, but you see how much support your soul, the divine, is providing for you. And then see yourself skipping through this path, taking leaps. As your soul reminds you, 2020 is a leap year. It is a year where you can take quantum leaps in your career, in your life. So see yourself leaping these amazing leaps with your soul as you walk through this path. And as you do this, your soul is helping you release limiting thoughts. Release any thoughts that tell you that things will take a long time, that things have to be hard, that you need to prove yourself, that you don't have the right connections, or there are enough time or enough energy or enough experience. Your soul is clearing all of that. So coming back to the start of the path, your soul in front of you, feeling how much love you hold, bringing the palms of your hands together. See your soul doing the same thing in front of you. Feeling so grounded and expansive. And see your soul bowing to you with such reverence. And see yourself bowing back to your soul. And we bow to everyone on this call live or whenever they access this transmission. And we end this journey with a namaste, namaste. And take your time. You might not be ready to open your eyes yet if they were closed. Perhaps you do a nice stretch. Take your time. I'm going to burn some sage. As we close this inner journey. And of course, knowing that your soul's going to continue talking to you. Your soul's going to continue bringing you guidance today, the rest of the month. And if you didn't hear any specific words, which can happen because our parts can get super excited or can get doubtful, like, wait, did my soul say that? Did I make it up? Just ask, just say, beautiful soul, send me signs, validate the messages I received. So I'm going to pull some oracle cards to end this. But first, I'm just going to do a quick rundown of what's going on in January, and if you'll receive it in my newsletter. But first thing, if you want to schedule a private breakthrough session with me, if you're like, I'm ready to have a mentor, a coach to help me evolve my career from the inside out, I would love, love, love to talk to you. Just go to my website, lisaespinosa.net, go to the Start Here tab, and you can read all about scheduling a free breakthrough session, which can be done in person, over phone, or Skype. I have my January through March calendar open. Most of January is already booked. There might be already booked. So if you're thinking about it, don't put it off. Do it. Virtual Soul Reiki is back. Yay! So that will be January 26th. This will be over Zoom. You can find, the Facebook events will be on my Facebook page. Again, look for the newsletter tomorrow. I'm still keeping it at the special rate of $13. It was so awesome last year. Honestly, just quantum leaps in your career. You can receive Reiki through the comfort of your home, your zone, and then access the recording over and over. So check that out. Podcast season 2 of my podcast will start this month, and episode 8 will be out on January 27th. I'm so excited about that. I will be at the Infinity Foundation doing an IFS workshop on Wednesday to the 29th. And IFS is parts therapy. I've talked a lot about parts, right? How do we help our parts unburden? How do we love them, knowing that they all have noble intentions? And at the same time, as we do that, creating these beautiful boundaries so that we can listen to our soul. So I'm so excited about that. That's going to be during the day, 12:30 to 2:30. Souter World, meditation, OMG, those are like becoming so one of my favorite things I do. I would love to see I don't do a lot of evening things, and that's like one night a month that I do a Thursday evening Souter World meditation. I would love to. It's like Reiki meditation mantra. Like, I love it. And Soul Summit for your career. Now it's the early bird savings are done, but it's $99. That includes lunch. It is still such a wonderful, really honestly deal, because it's the first year Soul Summit for your career at the center. February 7th. There's still a few slots left. If you're interested, do not hesitate to enroll. And next FB Live, Facebook Live, will be February 17th. Okay, my dears, if you have any questions, you could always email me. Let's see who is with you this month, helping you to take these quantum leaps, right? So this is Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray. So let's see what Keeper of the Light is helping you. Oh, so perfect. Gaia, Earth connection. Be mindful of the planet. Come back to Earth. Stay grounded. So, so important. So here you go. Beautiful. And I just love how she's holding the Earth. To me, this is also, if you don't have this deck, there's something in the booklet. It says something like the Earth itself is like rejoicing, right? That you're sharing your soul's medicine. It's not those same exact words, but basically, like, Gaia is supporting you, is on your side, because when you succeed, the Earth succeeds. Because everyone who is here watching this, or who's drawn to my teachings, is someone who's wanting to help the Earth. And there's so much need. And I love how she's holding the planet. I also feel it's like send healing to the Earth. So much going on right now. I'm just, Australia, I'm just can feel the Earth needing our healing energy. And also stay grounded, right? Stay grounded, stay present, stay connected with your body as you move forward. So there we go. Look at her. Let's see. What are you being asked to surrender into, or surrender, so you can share more of your medicine this year? Oh, this is cool. Surrender your desire to control people. Being over-controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. All right. So this one to me is also like the not rescuing people, right? Sometimes when you hear controlling, you think of someone that's very domineering and loud and aggressive, and that might not be you. But controlling can also be like, I just want to make sure everybody's okay and everybody's fine, and I got to make sure that people I love don't suffer, so I've got to just like be so involved. So this is like step back, right? I love that. Give everything room to breathe. So this is going to be really important this month, and really the whole year, but this month. And finally, Soulful Woman deck. I always feel like these are postcards from your soul. It's like who you are. Lorenza saying perfect cards. I know. It's amazing how that happens. All right. Love this. Love this. I say that, I know, but it's feminine love attraction. I love the creative adventure that is my life. I celebrate myself as a female creator. And that's reminding me that in the Soul Summit for Your Career, we're going to be doing so much around law of attraction, like really allowing, receiving, attracting, magnetizing, not chasing, right? Not this kind of creepy neediness. Look at this. So beautiful. All right, my dears, this was such a joy. So always so wonderful to connect with you. If there is a way, some offering or that you would love me to do in 2020, or things that I've done in the past that you would want me to do more of, or any like just thoughts about that, I would love to hear it. You can always message me privately, or you can email me, because I mean, I already have a lot of things planned, but it's helpful for me to hear what's helpful to you. I try to ask that question, and my clients are great feedback to me, but some of you I never see privately, so I don't hear from you. So, you know, I would love to hear just what you're finding helpful and what you would want me to do more of. The last card was gorgeous. I know. Yeah, can we all just visualize ourselves doing that? And by the way, I just want to say, for those of you, if you've never connected this deck, amazing. That was from this deck. So beautiful. I love it. The images are all amazing. It's like you literally get an energy transmission as you look at them. So I just want to share that. All right, my dears. Bye. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. And share the Facebook Live. Let people know. All right. Bye-bye. Oh, Michelle, perfect cards for you right now. I'm so glad. Love that you were here. All right. Bye, ladies. Thank you for being here.